We did a lot of talking. We're going to have nothing to say now.
Welcome back to Johnny's House, episode number 4. We're
Big
here. We have some freaking faith. We're joined by the likes of Jeff, returning from Aruba.
Tanner than ever.
We have Chris back from last episode, our new favorite guest.
Love to see that.
And we have Neil Merola
In the flesh.
and Joe Cima.
Don't wear it out.
And I'm so happy you guys are here.
Great to be here.
And I'm ready to have some fun.
How do you want to do that? How do you want to start?
I want to ask you guys how you been this week.
Well, we know how Chris has been. He filled us in prior to the show. Chris, you got anything to say?
Yeah.
We don't gotta start with this, but if you
Let's just give it a little tease. Like,
Okay.
Let it fly, Chris.
just a
Okay.
little tease. Like, just give us like the cliff note. Like, oh, I'm about to.
I'm about to
Yeah.
blow your brains, bro.
Listen. I got a couple call outs for you crypto investors out there, okay?
Yes.
So
The Sheba of Wall Street.
yeah. So I want to say in very late March or early April, I put $300 into a nice alt cryptocurrency called Shiba coin.
Okay, stop. So $300 is actually. It doesn't seem like. It's a lot. It is a lot to invest in something you don't even know what you're talking. I wouldn't even know what I was.
Shot in the dark.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and
It's a good way to put it. Shot in the dark.
yeah, and I was going to say the market's saturated with all these altcoins, right? And I will be fully honest with you, this coin is the equivalent of Dogecoin, whereas it does not have any deeper tech or plan that I am aware of to serve some need in the crypto or otherwise world economy.
And just you wait for my rant on Dogecoin.
So we'll get to that in a moment.
All
folks.
right, I'm ready for that.
So pretty much what happened with that $300 is
Okay, so yeah, $300. You just put it in. You're
Yep.
like, you know what? I could spare $300 to just experiment.
So pretty much one of my buddies who is well off, I'll leave it at that, told me
Dude's got
that
six.
him and his friends were all putting money into this Shiba coin because it was supposed to get pumped, i.e. go to the moon, right? Big diamond hand play. So I put $300 in. A couple weeks go by, it was going up, right? It was worth a couple $100, and all of a sudden it spiked to about $12K about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
So
And then
that
it-
must have felt good, right?
incredible, right? Viagra pill of the face. So
Love the way you put
Did you
that.
think about selling then?
yes,
Getting out, just
absolutely,
making
absolutely.
Right, that's
so,
a good point.
what I would-
A lot of people wouldn't have the, you gotta.
Well,
you
Chris
gotta have
has
the
diamond
iron-
hands, so you know he ain't selling
Diamond hands,
nothing.
that's what it's called.
The diamond hands.
Let me be honest with everyone. It was worth .0000004 when I bought it.
Can't register that.
So
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I owned about
I need a tutor for that
2.77
one.
billion Shiba coins for $300, right? And it went up to that 12K that I mentioned. And my cutoff point was when it appreciated as much as my student loans are worth, that's when I would pull it, right? So it was $300. I wasn't worried about risking it. And when I said that I would definitely cut some out was when it reached enough that it was worth all my student loans that are outstanding, right? So
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's what your goal probably was, right?
exactly. I mean, that's my biggest anti-wealth factor at play at the moment is those student loans, right?
Right.
So anyway, it goes back down to about 5K and it sat there for the past 2 or 3 weeks. And then last night I was having a fire with some of my boys. And one of my other boys texts me and goes, look at Shiba. And I look and it was worth $10,000, right?
Instant nut.
So I was like, okay, it's going back up. And this thing called Shiba Swap hit, which is a way that supposedly makes it better and easier to exchange and more efficient to exchange. So anyway, that goes down. And I wake up this morning at 6 a.m. to go on, and I want to make this clear. I'm not a golf bro. I barely play. I just went out to hang out with my boys at this very
nothing's wrong with
respectable.
golfing. It's fun.
Yeah,
I like golfing.
I wouldn't know where to start with golf, but
It's just you hit a ball. How much more fun?
yeah,
do
but
you
it's
wanna
like
have?
apparently like so hard, and everyone says how hard, and like they've been playing for 10 years and they
It's
can't
mental
do
warfare,
it. And I
dude.
can't. I was like, it doesn't seem that hard, but like I wouldn't even know where to start. I guess
Guess what?
I might be a natural. I don't know.
You're a natural.
Mini golf, elite. Hitting the clown's mouth,
Best-
I'll do that
best
shit all
time
day.
ever. I love
Yeah,
An ice cream and mini golf.
elite.
100%.
Yeah.
Those fucking clowns, man. They stare. at
They're
me
asking
funny.
for it. They're asking for
Let's
it.
open a mini golf course
with your
together.
new crypto cash.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so
because there's a lot of sucky mini golf courses.
Yeah,
We got to
dude.
make a good one.
They put no effort in. Like
It's like
a little windmill here and there. We can make it actual cool.
So just to wrap up this Shiba escapade,
please get back in.
what goes down is I wake up at 6 a.m. to go golfing with my friends, right? My buddy's down, so I go. And I look at Shiba. It's now worth 20K, right? So last night when I went to bed, 10, I wake up at 6 a.m., 5 hours later.
No
6
questions
hours
asked.
later,
I'd be out by then.
20K, right? So I'm like, oh, shit. No sign of it going
Easily.
down. So over the course of the
Would've been cashed
golfing,
out at 5.
I'm looking at it. I'm watching it, right? A couple hours go by. At one point, it hits 48 fucking K, right?
I'm gone.
So
No questions asked.
But this is the thing. I can't
No questions asked.
like with these altcoins that aren't listed on like a Coinbase or any of these wallets, you
can't-
need to be on a computer because there's this whole setup that you need to do to be able to exchange it for Ethereum to then transfer it to different wallets. So I couldn't do anything. By the time I got home and like looked at it, it was back in the 30s, right? And I was
Ooh,
watching
bad
all
feeling,
day.
bad
Still sold,
feeling.
Still sold.
No, bad
Still
feeling
sold.
though. It's going down now. It's bad feeling. It's subsiding.
I was watching all day, getting ready, preparing, and facilitating the ability to sell it. It got back up to 42, and I sold out 3/4 of that. So I have like 30 G's in Ethereum now. So the second call I want to make, and this one's actually a value play, is Ethereum because there's actual implicit value to Ethereum and where it's going to go. And I very much believe in the technology of at least Ethereum or one of its competitors in the space to be like the finance backing blockchain to the cryptocurrency industry, right? So those three are Ethereum, to my knowledge anyway, Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot, right? Ethereum's the number one contender. It's been around the longest. Polkadot.
So listeners,
about
Chris
it.
Maiorano is telling you to put all your money into these, and if it doesn't work out, I have his number if you
This
need
is
it.
not this is not a financial advice podcast, nor are we telling you to take any action. I'm just telling you that it's worth looking into
Bro, I
if you're
spent all
interested
my
in
money on
cryptos.
Uber Eats. I'm definitely in no position to give financial advice.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, bro. I drop like 2 G's a week.
Actually, though,
Nah, I wish that would
I'm
be something.
DoorDash gang, by the way. I just wanna make that
Oh, you're the
clear.
rival.
I'm
No,
both.
but
I'm
I
both.
need. I
any
just need
any
a minute.
Grubhub fans here? Or is it
Yeah,
just,
I'm all three. Actually.
I just need a minute to talk about Dogecoin. So, so here I am. I'm sitting at work. It's like August. I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, like, let me, like, what is this Dogecoin? It's like 0.0003 cents. I'm like, yo, I don't have to put in a lot of money. I could just buy this thing.
Yeah, that
So
sounds good to me.
I put in like $50. I got like 15, 20,000. I keep putting a little more in. And eventually, like, people buy in and it starts going up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm making like money off this thing. And before you know it, it gets to 8 cents. So my profit margin at this point was like $1,200. So I was like, I'm selling it. This is it. It's never going to get beyond 10 cents. I'm the least diamond hand. I'm like crystal hands over here. I sell that shit for $1,200. And I was like elated. I was like, all right, dope. I could like pay off my credit card. Like, let's go. And then next thing you know, it's like 75 cents. And I'm livid. I'm like, I was one of the first backers of this thing, and I was the least like I can't believe I sold. Yeah, I put mad people onto it, and everyone else made more money than me because I'm a fucking loser.
How much?
You
I
gotta
sold
just
that shit.
hold. You have to hold.
But
it.
like I was like, it's not gonna get beyond 10 cents. There's no way, and it got to 75.
What'd you buy it for?
I had like 29,000 shares. 29,000 shares.
At what
Chris.
price?
At like 0.0003.
0.0003. So that looks right to you?
Yeah, that's it.
Did that look
18K.
right to you?
Yeah, that looked excellent to me. I can't believe it, dude. I could have had like I could have paid off like everything I ever needed, paid it off, and I screwed it up for myself.
So you would have made 2,500% gains, right?
Yeah.
So how much money did you put in?
So I started with 50, but I added a little at a time. Like I kept putting like 50, 50, 50, like until I had about like over almost 30,000 shares.
You know what, dude? Don't feel bad about it. It's a common tale. You know, not everyone has these diamond
But
hands.
I'm big on Twitter, and it's like everyone's like, don't be one of those guys who's kicking themselves when Doge hits $1. And I'm like, oh, never me, never me. What do you know? It's me.
But
It was me.
The 1,200 you cashed out with, you used that to pay off some of your bills
Yeah,
and helped
yeah,
you out. So
yeah.
be happy about that. I mean, it's 1,200 you didn't have before.
Yeah,
You did
but
that to profit.
Yeah.
Profit's profit.
That's true. That's the way.
Look
That's
at
the
it the
way.
right
to
way.
I'd
look
rather
I'm
look
kicking
at
myself too because I sold at 35 cents, and the
Uh.
next day it hit 70.
it.
The next day,
It was.
would
I
have-
remember text Joe. I
Double.
texted you.
literally the next day.
I remember texting you like, bro, don't look at Doge
I
right
know.
now.
The first day I was pissed the entire day. Then I just started looking at it like, all right, I made 8K I didn't have before. I could have 16 now, but I didn't have this 8. So just look at it positive. You came out with profit. You didn't lose any money.
That's cryptocurrencies for you guys. It's a disaster waiting to happen, or it could be a gold mine if you're Chris over here and you know how to do it.
So
So put your life savings in Ethereum.
it's a gold
and
mine to
thank
you
Chris.
guys.
My eyes
too,
got
though.
dollar signs real fast, and I was out of the game.
you guys still made good money though. It's not like you lost anything on it.
No, yeah, I gained, but I could have gained like 20,000 plus more. Would have been nice.
That's true. That's why, Chris, you got to just hold on to those Ethereums you bought.
Diamond
Yeah,
hands, Chris. Don't
I
ever
mean-
forget it.
So
You'll literally be a billionaire if you
we
just hold
we
on.
might have the same conversation about Shiba. Like, what if it literally continues to go up? I just sold out 3/4 of my position, right? So what if tomorrow that would have been worth like $100,000?
Then I mean, kicking yourself is not fun.
But what if
Yeah.
it
Oh, I
goes
hate
down and
kicking
you lost
myself.
all your profits?
I have
And-
the
You gotta
that's
look
the
at it
thing.
both ways. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yes,
weigh
I
the-
do a lot of
Totally.
kicking.
And that's
Kick
why I had
downs.
the rule once
Lot
it
of kicking.
outpaced my student loans,
Yeah.
I would pull out, and then I left in what was over that, you know?
So I wanted to get out at 10K for Doge, and I sold for 8, so close to 10K. But then I would have had the 16, so I was kicking myself too.
Yeah,
but at the
yeah.
same time, it was starting to go down, so I was starting to get a little antsy. I was like, I'm gonna lose all my money. I need to just get out and take the profit.
You made 8K profit, too?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane, dude. That's a beautiful day.
I know.
Yeah, beautiful day.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world. You guys want to hear some news?
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Please.
What do you got for us?
Sorry, I'm about to splash.
With that BL,
The BL
get
bottom.
that was BS, dude, with that BL.
Bad luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so here's a little sad news. The Obama dog,
I didn't know Obama had a dog.
Bo,
Doge.
Of course,
Naturally.
of course. Bo Obama.
dies from cancer. That
Damn.
was 4 hours ago.
What kind of
RIP.
cancer?
That's crucial.
Does it
say what
kidney,
kind?
kidney.
Was he a Shiba?
I'm putting 100 on kidney.
Shebas don't die.
Yeah. To the moon.
I don't know, but God.
That's catastrophic news.
I hate.
I didn't know there was an Obama dog. Why wasn't he in the White House with like?
Oh, no. He was a White House celebrity.
Was he? I thought. All right, I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain I saw that Biden's dogs were the first dogs to ever like live in the White House.
That seems hard to believe.
That's like almost. I'm pretty sure that's a fact. It's a
Really?
fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's not up for
Reset the camera.
50 seconds.
What kind of dog was it?
Shiba Inu.
Boo. No.
It was a fluffy dog.
Best kind.
You want to see
Naturally.
it? You want to see Ba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
def.
Here's Ba.
Oh, Bo.
That's got to be some kind of doodle, right?
That's not a dude. That's a dog.
Wait, so that thing lived in the White House?
A celebrity.
Bo Obama
Because
kicks back
like,
in
yo,
Hawaii.
look, Johnny, please look it up. Please look it up. Biden's dogs are the first ones to live in the White House.
I don't believe that.
It's
true, man.
It's a fact. I'm pretty sure.
Where'd you read this?
Like ABC.
I don't know if I could believe you.
As easy as 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. Man.
Let me look it up.
Where was Bo living? He wasn't living in the White
Nah,
House.
Bo was with grandma.
He's kicking back in Hawaii.
Bo was just traveling the world as his family lived in the White House.
Oh.
Dude, check out Bailey just chilling here, dude. Bailey's got to make it to Hawaii one day.
Oh
Just
yeah,
so-
she has a hut in Hawaii.
She has a timeshare down there.
Yeah, a little hut.
So look up first dog to live in the White House, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, let me look that up. But in the meantime, that was a cute dog, Bo.
Yeah, real cute.
Very
real
cute.
Love cute dog, Bo.
We'll never see his like again.
Yo, did you guys see though? Biden's
bless.
dog keeps biting people, and like everyone's getting mad at it.
Jeez.
No, really?
Because like, think about it though. The dog has lived in like a house with Biden like his whole life, and now he has like millions of people coming in and out all day. Like I'd bite
a culture
motherfuckers
shock,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's
Yeah,
it's literally evolutionary defense, like
Yeah.
programmed into that dog's
yeah,
brain.
for real.
Okay, so Neil, I'm sorry. There's a long history of animals. living
George
in the White
Washington
House.
had a dog, Neil.
George Washington had
on.
sweet lips. He had drunkard, taster, tippler, and tipsy.
That sounds like something I would name my pets.
This is what tipsy
Snipe.
looked like. This was sweet lips.
Well, I stand corrected.
So pretty much every president ever had
Yeah,
a dog.
Everyone had it.
Thomas Jefferson had a
There were
dick.
some cats too. This is
I just saw a cow on there.
this is socks.
Was that Clinton's?
This is Laddie Boy and Rob Roy.
Rob Roy.
Rob Roy. Lyndon B. Johnson pulling his dog by its ears. That's not funny at all.
You gotta cut that
Check out the
Animal abuse called
Oh my
PETA.
God. Jeez.
check out the terrier to the left. Let's see him.
Miss Beasley.
Laura Bush.
Precious.
Let's see. Anyone interested in like a specific president? What dog they had or
Yeah, who was the fat guy? The
Taft?
Guy, yeah, the guy who couldn't fit in the bathtub.
Yeah, that's Taft.
Yeah. What did he have?
I'm trying to swear.
Control F.
He was
it,
in the
dude.
1900s.
I would hope. I didn't know people could get that big in the
Here's
1800s.
Taft.
Yeah, there he
William
is.
Taft.
He had Caruso.
He had Caruso and Mooly Wooly.
Wooly wooly, dude.
Or Ms. Wayne.
Cows naturally to fit, so he wasn't the biggest one around. It only makes sense. It literally only makes sense.
So yeah, gotta love these pets. Oh, and which
Trump
this
didn't
one's
have a dog?
Biting, this one's biting the dogs. Yeah, Trump
None.
didn't like dogs.
Boo this man.
Wow, that's kind of like depressing. None.
So
I
I
know,
stand,
right? Was
I
he the only
stand
one?
like severely corrected.
Yeah, you couldn't be.
Yeah,
you couldn't be
yeah,
any more wrong.
The
if
fact
you tried.
checking
Yo, I was-
on Neil.
I went in so confident. I
Neil
was
Zero.
Like, yo,
Wikipedia
guys, I was like
1.
so ready to drop that little like bomb on you
Yeah,
guys.
the
I was
knowledge.
like Biden's the first one with dogs in the White House. So wrong.
ABC, huh?
Completely.
ABC, take it up with them. I steal my information.
I still trust you as a credible source of information.
Bad idea.
All right, John, you got any more news for
Bad
us?
idea.
You want more news?
Let's hear some more
yeah,
news.
that was
Some
a
more
little
Reddit
depressing.
news.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Oh, like that sweatshirt, by the way, dude. Where'd you get that?
That's what
Thank
I said
you.
too. It's nice, right?
It's crazy. I love it.
Thanks. It's Teddy Fresh.
Teddy Fresh.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah. We're no way
I
affiliated with
wish
Teddy
they would
Fresh.
sponsor.
Teddy Fresh, if you're listening, please call Johnny Miller.
Do you want more animal news?
Give me all the news you got.
Okay, well, law officers in Montgomery.
Montgomery. I'm down here in Montgomery.
Trying to identify a man seen violently throwing a cat into his truck. Why do these people have to abuse animals?
Shaking
That
my
was
head.
not funny, but that was the funniest thing I ever heard.
Tonight, deputy constables in Montgomery County are trying to...
Yeah, so this guy threw a cat in his truck, and
You got in trouble for it?
they're
Give him
trying
the
to find
chair.
him. They're trying to find him. They,
So you mean to tell me that Montgomery is using all their resources to chase the guy who throws the cat, and there's probably mass murders being committed every like 15 seconds?
Well, you got to ask, what did the cat do to provoke him?
Oh,
There's got to be a
that's-
reason.
See, these are the questions
See,
that people
you're
aren't
blaming
asking.
the victim, dude.
See, that's where, because as a cat owner, I could say that I've been provoked to throw my cat against the wall when it scratches me and it hurts really fucking bad.
So like,
you
so
know-
if you threw into a truck, would that relieve your anger? That would
Yeah,
make
I'd
you feel a
probably
little bit
feel
better.
significantly better after like suffering significant damage to my hands.
But can we
Yeah.
elaborate on why you don't do that when you get upset?
Well, because then you look at her and she's like, she's so cute. You're like, you can't throw her.
and
against
also,
the wall.
she's literally a non-thinking,
animal.
like on your level animal, and you're a fully.
Hey,
intelligent
I think
human
my
being.
cats are smarter than me, to be honest.
It made the cognitive choice to scratch him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I
But
picked her up.
on
and I-
a flawed,
Listen,
logical,
deserved it.
rational.
I picked her up
brain
and
to
I said,
think.
Junior, you're so cute. And she fucking clawed me. So she knew damn well what she was doing.
That's how you said it to her, and she
Yeah.
still clawed you.
Yeah.
She deserved everything
Yeah.
you did to her.
So, you know what?
Jesus.
Town of East Haven, Brantford, wherever you may find me, fucking, if you see me throwing a cat against the truck, send the reinforcements, I guess.
I want to go on the record and say, no way do I support any of that conversation.
I'm with Chris.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask, when did you get your cat, dude? Can I see a
Oh,
pic?
yeah, of course. We got her.
Cat boy.
We got her the day before.
Cat girl. What's her
Cat
name?
girl.
So Cat Girl was there before my arrival. We got
Cat
Junior,
girl.
We got Junior the day before Thanksgiving. I'll show you a picture of John.
I gotta see John.
She's an angel. That's Junior the cat.
Oh, dude, she's so cute.
Yeah, she's precious.
How old is she?
She's gonna be 1 year old in September.
Dude, the cutest, bro.
Let me see.
That's Junior.
My homegirl Misfit, shout out.
Yo,
She looks like
Misfit.
an instigator.
Yeah,
She,
she's a problem.
Can you send me this?
Yeah.
So I can put it on.
Definitely
Yeah.
mischievous.
For sure.
You guys want to hear some crazy news?
Let's hear it.
Sure.
It's honestly disturbing. Titanium dioxide.
Okay.
Go on.
It's no longer considered safe
I didn't
when
know it was ever safe.
when used as a food additive.
Why was it ever considered safe?
Now, there's a comment that sheds light on what's going on. behind-
Hypothetically, but we might fall into the Neil paradox with ABC, right? With this guy.
No. Listen.
So it's not ABC commenting, because I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
believe
Yeah.
that
don't
now.
trust anything they say.
No. This is not ABC. Wow. This is a comment. Wow. Goodbye to white toothpaste. TiO2 practically is white as far as most situations are concerned. White isn't a color. There's no white dye. This is stuff used in pretty much every white thing you've seen except for milk. And now it's no longer considered safe. Who here brushes their teeth?
Not me.
Sometimes.
Not me. Not me. Well, there's a good chance you've been brushing your teeth with titanium dioxide E171.
Now, let me ask you, is that necessarily a bad thing? That kind of sounds like it's like good for my teeth.
I think it's bad. They're saying it's no longer safe. They're
Yeah,
saying
but,
they found out it's not safe.
See, I haven't taken chemistry yet, but titanium dioxide just sounds like something I want to put in my body.
You want that in there?
Through
Yeah,
which orifice?
all of them.
And you make you get it in. Anyway.
I feel like titanium because it's like titanium's the strongest metal on the planet, right? Is that correct?
ABC tell you that?
Maybe. Chris, I feel like you know.
Chris,
this.
you're the one. We have to fact check.
I'm
with
looking to
You
you
have
for
to tell us
answers
the
right now, Chris.
So first off, what am I fact checking exactly?
Titanium, strongest metal on the planet? Yes or no?
At least top 5.
I really don't know.
Top
that one.
5
I can't
metals.
comment on. Johnny, can we
It's
bring
a hard
this one
metal.
to Google?
We can all agree on that. It's
Yeah.
hard.
What's
Yeah,
that, Chris?
I just feel
Is
like that
titanium
does
alloy one of the hardest metals on Earth?
Moment of truth here.
Tungsten is the hardest metal.
good. Never would have
Followed by
guessed.
Tungsten's in the titanium family, correct?
Is titanium
yeah,
They're
close
pretty much
cousin.
cousins. Yeah.
titanium
Maybe second.
alloy, the hardest.
The hardest titanium alloy ever.
Indeed. The titanium has the highest strength to weight ratio of any natural metal known to man.
All right, Neil, 1 for 2.
All right, all right.
batting 500.
I know a few things. I know a few things, and titanium is one of them.
Pure
Can you-
titanium is stronger than standard steel,
I would hope so.
while
Obviously.
being less than half the weight,
but far more rare.
and can be made into even stronger alloys.
All right.
What's an alloy? Was that the wrong question?
It's a mix of metal with like another compound, like I believe another organic compound. Maybe it's an inorganic
Don't
compound.
look to me
I-
for reassurance. I don't know what the
So,
fuck
like-
you're talking about.
like I believe.
Yeah, it's a metal made by combining 2 or more metallic elements, especially to give greater strength or resistance to corrosion, obviously.
Well, I'll have more input on
doesn't
this
know
by December next year when I take chemistry for the first time since high
like-
school. Johnny, we had chemistry together.
We have a lot of chemistry together.
Ooh.
What other facts do you have? I want this to be a segment of Neil
Neil's
facts, and then we just fact check Neil facts.
Neil facts.
Neil
Show
facts.
me the Neil facts.
What do you guys want to know? I'll give you a fact.
What would the animal be for your logo on Neil facts?
Definitely a bison.
Let's look that up. He's wrong.
The reason being, did you guys see that? All right, this is a Neil fact. Let's
This
see
is
how.
Neil fact.
Let's see
I
how.
knew it. Neil
let's,
fact.
let's see how I do. Sound the alarms. Did you guys see that thing about bisons at the state parks, the national parks?
No, what's going on?
So
Here.
apparently, bison are like overpopulated because there's nothing that can like take down bison. I guess I don't know.
What? Sounds like a
Top
challenge.
of the food
I'm
chain.
I'm shooting from the dome here. I don't remember exactly, but
Do
U.S.
bison have any natural predators?
So U.S. national parks ask people to volunteer to kill bison, and it's kind of
I think it's
alarming
menacing.
that 24,000 people actually volunteered.
No
to kill.
one's taking that thing down.
That is an
Nothing's
ugly
taking
animal. Look
So-
at this guy.
So listen. The
He's kinda
national
cute.
park needed 12
majestic.
bison killed.
12?
They needed 12
Why did
bison
they
killed.
need 12 bison.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I didn't read the article. I just saw the
Fact
headline.
check 12 as the number of bisons.
So
needed to
they
be
needed-
killed.
Neil
So-
fact.
So 12 bison needed to get murdered immediately, and 24,000 U.S. citizens volunteered to do it. That's kind of alarming.
And they all
What
failed.
What?
What state was this in?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it was Yellowstone, but I
facts,
have
Neil
no
facts.
idea. So
Yellowstone
Johnny,
Yeah,
State.
check yellow.
hit me with a Google search.
Okay.
So what would happen
First
if
off,
they
are
weren't
bisons
I have no
on
idea.
a bounty list for hunting or something along
Like, are
those lines?
they an invasive?
Not invasive, but like, are they overpopulated in national
Are
parks?
bison in Buffalo the same? No.
I think so.
Well, I'll pull it up right now.
You can't Neil check yourself, dude.
I gotta Neil check myself.
Listen,
Bison.
it's a Neil fact and it's a Johnny
Wait,
check.
what am I looking up? Are bison made out of? What am I looking
Some
up?
metal alloys.
What's stronger, bison or titanium?
Bison. Indeed, bison is stronger.
Are bison overpopulated in national parks?
How did I get that wrong?
Here we go. All right, this is The Hill. They're verified on Twitter. I don't know. 45,000 apply for 12 spots to shoot Grand Canyon bison.
So you did say it's 12 spots.
12 spots to shoot Grand Canyon bison.
You said 12 bison, so that's
all right, so I'm 1 for 3.
Are they offering a reward?
No, I think it's just like
for fun,
like
psychopaths
all the
just get
yeehaws
their
who want to like fire their guns, just like volunteer to kill the bison.
Hypothetically, if they're damaging the ecosystem, it actually is preserving the ecosystem to kill them, as well as if you use all the parts.
Because what happens? We're gonna go on Neil fact number 4. This is just I'm making this up though. I think that bison, because they eat grass, like they're like killing all the grass and it's ruining the ecosystem for like the smaller animals who need grass to thrive, thus like throwing off all the numbers of animals in national parks.
Because I'll be honest,
they're
I feel like
menaces to society.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen.
They're not menaces, overpopulation, because they don't have natural predators, right? So like I believe humans were probably the only predators in North America that were hunting bison back in the day, right? Like Native Americans.
Listen, I got one thing to say about bison. Yellowstone's bison population. Why are you laughing? Yellowstone's bison population has grown steadily over the last 45 years. From 500
All right, so I'm
in
2 for
1970
3. I'm
from
2 for 3
500
then.
bison now in 2020 4,860.
Why is that? That's crazy. That's
All right, Chris.
that's
680, I mean-
Chris, you got the verdict here. Am I 2 for 3 or 1 for 3?
now they're
You're
it's up
you're
eight,
2
six.
for
I
3.
mean,
I mean, they
20,
opened
so
up
maybe by
the
this year.
the
Right,
hunting
right.
licenses, but it wasn't due to overpopulation. It's probably just it's probably because the park can't maintain that ecosystem.
So
but
what I want to know is how are the parks going to decide, like, out of the 45,000 applicants, what lucky 12 like get the spots? Like, what
who their
qualifications do you
friends
need?
are or who bribes them.
They got good resumes.
Yeah, you need like
has aimbot?
I'm known for I'm known for murdering like deers like every year. Here's my house, mad deer heads, like deer antlers. Like who
I
gets?
believe in productivity.
Yeah, like who gets the spots?
I wonder if it has something to do with donations, but that might not necessarily be a bad thing because it would be probably used for preserving the park and like taking care of the ecosystem there. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the fact that I believe there used to be millions of buffalo, right, and bison throughout the United States, right? And European hunters hunting them down to like in the thousands, right? Think about right now. In 1970, there was 500, dude.
Right.
And like in the fucking
Well, just in Yellowstone.
yeah, but like
Right.
that must have been a huge population in that area at one time,
Right.
and then it was down to
Right.
500. Right, I thought I remember a crazy stat that it was like in the hundreds or thousands, like at the lowest point, and there was literally hundreds of thousands at the very least at one time. And like, what do you guys think about that as just like a relative kind of statistic of how much damage overhunting did to like the ecosystem or bison in general over the course of American history?
I think it's like, well, I would never even know.
What do you mean? Okay, let's go back to Neil facts. yeah.
Enough
That's a
Johnny
Chris
facts.
tangent.
I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. Does anyone else know?
I'll be honest, I missed it.
Sounds to me like the bison are just bitches.
I agree
They
with
get
that.
their weight up.
Damn.
I agree with that.
Savages out here.
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
Johnny, what other news you got for us?
A lot.
Oh God.
Indiana woman charged after daughter nearly. Indiana woman charged.
Take 2.
Indiana woman
Take 3.
charged after daughter nearly died from lice.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Have you ever heard of that?
No. That is groundbreaking news. What are they feeding the lice out here? Human skin?
Oh God.
You got a picture?
Um.
Tell me there's like some footage of these lice.
here's some insight on how dangerous lice can get. I worked with homeless people for a while. One day, one of the semi-regulars at the service center shaved his head in the parking lot.
Naturally.
Big, huge pile of hair in the middle of the parking lot. After about 20 minutes, a crowd was gathered around the pile,
Jesus.
laughing and pointing.
Poor guy.
I walk out to see what's going on, and there's hundreds, yes, hundreds of lice slowly crawling away from the pile.
Ew, I don't like that.
I couldn't even be disgusted.
Why not?
The janitorial closet had a case of bleach, 6 jugs. Brought the whole case out and poured bleach all over the parking lot. I didn't like the ending to that, but that was a good story.
Oh my God. So how did she almost die from
Right.
lice? Was it just eating her scalp like into her brain?
Oh, what happened was the mother refused to get treatment for her. And
That's just cruel.
she was just praying to God that
So if you just wash your hair with shampoo and conditioner, that's not enough.
No, you need
need
like
special
you need
shampoo.
like that acid stuff to like kill all like the skin cells on your scalp, thus the lice.
Have you ever watched the episode of South Park?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, dude.
I have never watched South Park in my whole life.
Wrong.
Leave.
Wrong answer, Joe.
Dude, Bailey
yeah,
laid
boo this
one,
man.
huh?
Bailey's been stinking all night.
yo, she was 4 years old.
4? The poor girl.
So how did it threaten her life?
Yo, I remember the first time I
Dude,
learned about
yeah.
lice.
I'm gonna have to put my mask on.
Can you open the door if you want?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's the hot Cheetos you're feeding her, bro. Definitely.
She doesn't eat hot.
Yo, so do you guys remember in elementary school?
Smells like she laid a dump for
Jeff.
you. Those of you in the
Jeff,
audience.
you remember like the first exposure to lice in elementary school, don't you? Like we won't name any names, but that girl who had to like, shave her head.
You knew someone
The girl-
with lice?
There was a girl in every school who had lice, and she never recovered. She was never popular. She just
Ever
her whole
again?
life was ruined from that first grade.
Yeah, it's like
experience.
like
And
lice
it's
is
not
like
her
a
fault.
Yeah,
That's the worst part about
it's
it.
detrimental to your
tragic, yeah.
adolescence.
100%. You're always the dirty lice girl.
Yeah.
Until you die.
Because what
That
happened?
sucks. I wish I knew who it was.
So in elementary school,
Can we have initials or not?
No. Just tell me off air.
yeah. So in elementary school, everyone would like get checked for lice. Everyone went to the nurse and she like checked your scalp. I don't know like how they decided the day. They're like, all
Yeah, I
right,
remember that.
lice come out in like April. Like let's see what's going on with everyone's scalps.
Who's got lice?
And the one girl got it and she shaved her head and like it was like I was like, oh my God, like that's what happens when you have lice. It was so scary. I didn't know anything about them though.
So has
but-
anyone here had lice? No
No,
judgment.
no,
just
no,
wondering.
no.
No, I never.
They
had.
ran through my family at one point. Like my cousins got them, and I think my sister got them. But I was like lucky, didn't have them.
So here's what happened to the girl. Doctors declared her a near fatality because lice had fed off of her for so long. The girl was so ill she could not walk.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Poor thing.
Supervisor told police the child's blood hemoglobin levels were at a 1.7 when they should have been at a 12.
It seems low.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's not okay. I would imagine.
The lice were eating her,
Like sucking her blood.
like sucking her blood off her head. It
was like a tick.
Killing her. Yeah, except lice. Like a million of them.
So like, who finally like decided to step in, and how did they know to step in to like get this
They
woman,
probably-
little girl treatment?
She probably got brought into the ER because she couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And then they probably discovered that she's just infested with fucking lice.
And the mom wasn't scared because like she wasn't getting her treatment. Like I would have been like, yo, I don't want this shit. Like
This is
So shaving the hair
this is
also
better.
fixes the problem.
Sorry about
You
that.
know,
It's
if you
like
don't
the
have
grandparents.
access, if you don't have access to the shampoo,
I'm
let's
pretty
say,
sure that does it. I
you
don't
just
know.
shave the head. I mean, it makes sense.
Well,
but
like
not-
they still like live
You
on
need
the
to do both,
ground,
I
but like,
believe.
yo, where
They'll be
did
all over your body too. They like don't necessarily have to be on your head. Is the other?
like where do they come from?
I think mainly on insects. I think they like ride on flies and mosquitoes and shit
Oh,
like that.
so like they just like hop on the back of like a mosquito and then like jump onto your scalp.
stuff like that.
So
I
like
really
when the
don't know.
first
you,
ever
Johnny.
Thank you.
bug got on my head, why can't you just like, all right, problem solved, it's off.
Because like
Camera bug.
I'm guessing they lay eggs on your scalp and like repopulate by like thousands in seconds.
They
Okay.
multiply, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
would.
sense.
How come we can't do that? Why can't I just like drop like just shit an egg out of my ass and like there's like 15 of me walking around?
Because that would have destroyed
It's
the
probably a
ecosystem
good
of
thing
the Earth.
that you can't do that.
Yeah, that's probably in everyone's best interest.
Scientifically speaking, if we multiplied at that rate and consumed how we do, there wouldn't be enough resources.
Hey, the way I
There would be a
consume
hit out on you like there are for the bison.
the way I consume alone is enough to damage the ecosystem of the earth. I eat for 12 on a nightly basis.
12 bison.
Yeah. We're the volunteers to just shoot me.
12 slots. The most dangerous game.
It's like a movie. Like 12 people line up with just shotguns to kill me, and I just have to run for my life. That's
I believe that movie's called The Pest.
I thought it was the Hunger Games.
Okay, how about this? Florida principal.
Oh, here we go. The Florida man.
He would spank students.
What did the students do to provoke him?
Yeah, what?
These are the
Just
questions.
What
normal
age range
stuff.
also?
Uh,
I feel like any
God,
age
I
range,
don't know.
honestly, is pretty cringe.
elementary
Would
school.
older or younger
elementary
be
school.
worse?
Elementary school.
I'm honestly back and forth.
elementary school it was. Elementary.
I feel like younger by default is worse, but then like at the same time, it's like
Yeah, but could you imagine
Spanking with a hand or like a
Could you
ruler?
imagine spanking
What
a
are they using?
17-year-old girl? Like I would like. I'm not condoning any spanking.
A Florida elementary school principal did not commit a crime when she spanked a first grade student with a wooden paddle in
All
front
right,
of
she's
the
using a paddle.
child's mother last month. The state attorney's office said that she did not
Florida
commit
must
a
be
crime.
literally legal to beat students. Apparently,
I
One
feel like
more
with
thing
little
for the
kids,
Florida
it's like
record
because
books.
that's more of like something you do to stop little kids from misbehaving. So like it's
Definitely
a little
more than like a high school
yeah, it's a
senior.
little less cringe. I was gonna say if that was anything older than like 10, I would be.
If anyone fucking touched my fucking kids, I would be really mad. Like I am
Naturally.
right now, and I don't even have kids.
You sure?
No.
No, I
So
don't.
would you be more mad when they're young or when they're old?
When they're young, they can't. They're getting paddled, and they're in first
Yeah, what are
grade.
we in the 1950s?
I'm taking them out of the moving out of the state.
Johnny, this matters a lot. Was it a Catholic school or was it like a public school?
It was.
Because Catholic schools, I feel like some of them are still like crazy like that, like the 50s, and still do that.
It was Central Elementary School.
Sure.
That doesn't
public
sound like
school.
a Catholic school.
No, does not.
That was not like St. Mary's or whatever.
No, I don't think it's right. I don't think that's how you discipline a child. I think it's bad news.
Hey, how you discipline your own kids is not my business, but principals should not be doing that kind of shit.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I feel like even parents should not be going to a crazy extent with any physical punishment as well.
I'm with Chris.
I used to
Again.
get snuffed. It made me
Oh.
the man I am today.
Yeah, I think it builds character, but I don't think I would do it because I don't have the heart. But
Yeah.
I think it builds character for sure.
I'm sorry.
Maybe like an open hand slap. Like if you close the fist, then it's getting a little.
All right, you know,
borderline
I don't
abuse,
think my childhood memory is foggy. I don't think I was ever actually hit, but I was threatened with the belt.
but
And
that was enough, right? Just
yeah,
the threat.
the threat of the belt was like enough to make me change my behavior. So I think that's actually a pretty good tactic. This is parenting 101 with Johnny's house.
Neil
Another
facts.
Neil segment. Can you fact check that one?
Neil's rules.
legal purposes.
Can't be done. It's on the record.
Yeah, this is live, Joe.
My podcast career has been a short one.
Yeah, when
I gotta go.
Oh. What else is in the news?
Cigarettes will stop being sold in Japan within 10 years.
I can use a cigarette right now, honestly. Yo, speaking of that, yo, you mind?
If you could find it in
Fiend.
your heart.
If you could be so kind.
Didn't you put money into one of the vape stops, like stonks, back in the day?
I don't think so.
I thought you remember the drips.
You
definitely put money into
it was like called the drop. The drop.
Yeah.
I didn't actually like put money in it because I didn't know how to buy stocks then. But like I was like the number one proponent of it. I was like, yo, buy this thing. That thing was sick.
It was pretty cool. Whatever happened to yours?
I remember I have a video on my phone. I smashed it in a Snapchat video where I quit nicotine, and look where I am today. Quitting nicotine again, but now smoking Jeff's vape because I can't quit because it's a problem. Nicotine is a problem. Children, do not smoke nicotine.
So this guy, so he had a $70 tab of food, worth of food, and he walked out on his tab. He skipped out on the tab. He shoved an Asian employee to the ground and yelled racist slurs at him and ran away. And this is him.
Fuck off.
Emergency phone call.
I know, but I need emergency too.
You didn't pay for the food.
No. Call the 911. No.
Emergency.
No, I know. This is
Don't touch
emergency.
me.
I didn't touch you.
Get away from me.
No.
Away from
Wait for me.
Hey.
No.
Hey. Why
Jorge.
not attack? No. I did not go.
that guy.
When he pushed my mom to the ground, I was very scared. I was worried for her at that moment, but I'm happy she's okay. We've not here to bother anyone or hurt anyone. We just here to make better lives. Sorry. Yeah, that sucks, man.
What an
People are
innocent
racist.
family. That
Shaking
guy.
my head.
He once he knew he was on camera, he felt like he definitely in his head was like, "Oh my god, I just fucked up so bad."
Yeah, he sounded like us.
He
And
just
then
wanted
he
to get
went
away.
on to
Yeah.
drop racial slurs and push the lady. Like
Before the video, yeah.
he pushed them after or before?
Before the video.
Okay.
So the second the camera came out, he was like, "Holy shit! Like I'm going to prison."
Yeah.
So how about that so allegedly he shoved them and dropped the slurs before the video, and then he says, "No, sorry, phone call."
Phone call.
Phone call.
I know what I did was bad, but I have to take this. Like, this is really important.
He didn't have a phone call. That was his only way. That was the only thing he could think of to get out of that predicament, and it did not work.
Phone call.
call.
Phone call.
The girl's like 911.
Did you see how stiff he was? Like he was like
yeah, he was guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
He had serious guilt going on. Immediately, he knew he was wrong. So we could sentence that man to a life sentence. Joe, you gonna take care of him in there or what?
What do you mean?
In prison?
What do you mean by take care of too?
You're gonna look out for him. You're gonna make sure he gets beat up. What's the deal?
There's a lot of
I will give
context.
him everything he's legally obligated to get, and nothing more or less.
All right.
You wouldn't whack him though.
CO Joe.
Not unless he provoked me, or if it was warranted.
Fair enough.
Joe, can you tell us the story if your like heart can handle it of the hanging of prison number like 17, whatever
Okay.
prison you work in?
You don't say the name is the only thing. You
I don't
can't
even
say.
know the name.
Okay.
So, it was a cold night, December.
I'm excited for
This
this.
story is like,
Dude,
it's
you
like
work at a-
heart-wrenching.
It's very
Joe works in a prison.
A little,
Like, that's crazy.
before Joe gets into this, Joe called me at 7 a.m. I'm on my way to work. The morning this happened, and like I got chills through my body. Like this is something like this. We're gonna get real for a second.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I was working in RHU, which is basically solitary confinement. You can't have a cellie. Like if you get in trouble while you're at jail, you go to this unit. So I'm working in it overnight, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. was my shift. And I walk by. You have to walk by every 15 minutes, make sure everyone's okay, like they're not having any type of medical problems or any mental health problems or anything like that. So I'm walking through the unit, and this guy calls me over, and he goes, Cima, you have to let me out. You have to let me out. I'm going crazy. Like, they're coming after me. And I was like, who's coming after you? And he's like, they are. They're coming after me. Like, this guy is out of his mind. And I tried to calm him down the best I can. I'm like, listen, you're behind the door. No one's going to get you. You're okay. Just try to go to sleep, and we'll deal with this in the morning. So I walk by probably like an hour later, and he's sitting up straight. And you can't really see into the cell very well because it's dark. It's 3 a.m. So I flash my flashlight into his cell and light up his face, and his whole face is completely purple, like blue purple. But like,
And you said he was sitting up. It looked like he was sitting
like
up?
it looks like he's doing a wall sit. Like he's completely like straight up like this. So I call the code, which is a code purple means a hanging or suicide attempt. So I call that, and I open the door and go in with the tool. We have a cut down tool. So I went in there and cut him down. He had a face mask, like a COVID mask that he used to like tie around his neck. And was
Come
hanging.
on, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So we go in, we cut him down. We're doing CPR, but like he's gone, like easily gone. And we're doing CPR, trying to get him back, and yeah, it's like there was no getting him back, and he was pronounced dead the second he got to the hospital. But it just like it took a toll on me because he was saying like, "Please help me out." Like he was like crying for help, but there was really nothing I could have done. I can't let him out of the cell. I couldn't have done anything.
Yeah, no, there's nothing you could have like
But
done
still,
for the
just
guy.
to like know that
It screwed me up.
I
'cause-
saw his last moments.
Yeah, because you
Wow.
called me and you were like, and you told me this story, and you were like, when he said that they were coming to get him, like the guy had serious issues.
Yeah, and
That was like scary.
And locking him up in a cell like by himself probably only made it worse and made him go even more crazy than he already was.
Yeah.
yeah,
Did he have a diagnosis? I don't know if you're allowed to disclose that, or we don't know who it is.
I'm not, but he didn't.
but- okay.
So tragically, it does sound like he had something going on.
And
you
the
know?
worst part was he was like 28 years old, and he was getting out within the next couple of months.
No, was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So after that, they like rethought the whole mask thing. They were saying like, should we even give these guys masks? Because like in RHU, you can't have a bed sheet, you can't have anything because it's a high rate of people trying to commit suicide. So
now
They're in prison.
Our
Like
issue
they don't
is-
leave. Why do they have to wear masks? Like like they don't have.
well,
it.
because the COs leave.
oh,
They go out in the world
right,
and
right,
they interact
right.
with people. Who
How
have
are
COVID,
these-
And then they come back and give it to everyone. And
How-
if
Right.
one guy gets it, everyone's gonna get it.
Yep. that makes
how
sense.
could these masks not like just rip apart? How are they so
Yeah, how did that
sturdy?
support his
So
body weight?
it was a cloth mask. It was made of like think of a shirt cloth.
Yeah, okay.
And it had like strings on it that you tie in the back. It wasn't even like that. It was more.
Yeah, that
sturdy
would
than
rip.
that.
But how did he get it around his neck? I feel like that's like a lot to like. Chris, can I get that around?
That would
So the
rip, Neil.
The way he did it was he tied a
no,
knot.
not a shot.
He tied a knot, and think about it like shoelaces, Neil. Think about it like shoelaces. He tied a knot on it, and then he just like put all his weight onto it like this, like doing a wall sit. So he fully committed to it. It's not something like he could have easily just stood up and took the weight off his neck. Like he completely committed to it.
That's wild.
It's fucking tragic, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
sorry
I'm
you had to,
sitting in-
like.
I'm sitting in
it,
school.
it
all-
fucked me up for a little while, but I mean, it's
know.
just
Joe, I was sitting in
something
school
that
that day.
you get
Like
used to,
that's
I
all I
guess.
thought about all day. After that, you told me that.
So
That was some serious stuff.
two things. I was gonna
It
say
was rough.
RHO solitary.
Mm-hmm.
I think is cruel and unusual punishment, right? Like that's a form of torture. It's like psychological torture, even though it's not physical.
yep.
Like there's a lot of people that criticize it because, dude, like literally, it drives somebody insane. No
Mm-hmm.
one, like human beings, are not made to be isolated and like locked up.
Yeah,
But
You'd
you have
be
to have,
surprised.
you have to have some type of like punishment for like if a guy goes out and beats the shit out of his CO, which I've seen a woman CO, the guy ran out of his cell and beat the shit out of her. What do you do with that guy? Just put him back in and say, all right, we'll have a better day tomorrow. Like there has to be some type of punishment for a guy who does shit like that. Maybe
So-
that's not right. Maybe putting him by himself isn't right, but there has to be something that they have, like Think about it like school. Like there's detention. You don't fuck around in school because you'll go to detention. There has to be some type of punishment for someone to be scared of so they don't act like that.
I personally don't think about this all day, every day, so I can't come up with an answer on the spot. But I'm sure there are people that have come up with decent answers, and I'm sure that there is something that could be done, right? I'm not saying I have all the answers, like I said, but there's definitely a line, and I would say RHO is across the line. And don't get me wrong, maybe 100 years ago, that was the best answer they had compared to physical violence, right? I just think that we could definitely do better over time, as well as it causes clear psychological damage to people. And the other thing I would say is, like, what about the cases where it's not because the convict went and beat up somebody? Where, like, what about the places that it's literally minorities being tortured by racist wardens? And, like, I'm not saying that every corrections officer in any way is that way or anything like that. Just there are
I
cases
can't
like they
speak
do
on
in
any
Texas.
other state, but in Connecticut, there's really none of that. There's people going around making sure none of that is happening. Everything is on camera. Every time we touch an inmate is all recorded by a handheld camera with audio and video to make sure that
It's on their vest.
there's another officer who will be assigned to the
With
camera.
a fucking camcorder.
Yeah, they'll hold it to make sure that if there's any type of like violence or anything like that is over the line.
I
Why
didn't
don't
know
you
that.
just
It's
GoPro'd
documented.
up?
Well, we don't have the state has to fund that,
Yeah.
and they're not going to give us anything good.
So my take on solitary confinement is that you should be given a psychological evaluation prior.
You are.
Oh, okay. Because I'm saying, because if like,
But a
if
lot
you're-
of guys just lie. They're saying like, "Are you feeling like you want to hurt yourself? Do you feel suicidal?" They all just say no, even if they are.
yeah, but they want to be in solitary.
How do you know that they aren't feeling that way going in and then being alone and then reflecting on the fact that they're in prison
Makes
probably
them
for a
feel
long
like that way.
time and then they're literally completely isolated from
'Cause I'll
everyone
be
else
honest-
in a small dark room with no outside light of any kind and no human contact.
So, what do you think would be a better method for a guy who comes out and beats the shit out of a female nurse who's trying to take his temperature because he might have COVID?
So personally, I think it's structural, the issue, and no one wants to hear this because it would need massive reform. But I personally think that inmates should get a lot better treatment, and then if you gave them better treatment, there would
As far
be
as
both.
As far as what? What do you mean?
Like right now, inmates in a lot of places are basically used as like slave labor. That's one thing. I'm not sure about Connecticut, but that is one
Chris
thing.
Facts.
Well,
Chris Facts.
the tiermen that clean the cells and everything like that make like 75 cents a day. pretty
Which is
sure.
fucked, dude. That's below minimum wage. They do a fucking job, right? Like,
Yeah.
as well as they come out of, like, I don't know if you know about, like, the predatory legal fees and stuff, but, like, if you get charged with a crime, you also have to pay a bunch of fees because basically a bunch of state legislatures realized that it's much easier to raise the burden of cost on prisoners than it is to raise the taxes for their constituents, right? Because the prisoners don't have a voice in voting at all, right? So a lot of states, right? Like I forget exactly the one, but this was another podcast, right? That like I believe in Florida, the dude came out with like thousands and thousands of dollars of like legal fees that were for things that the state just tax on to any prisoner, even if it has nothing to do with you, right? Because they realized that they could fund state programs like battered women's shelters. I'm totally in support of battered women's shelter, but I also don't think that it should be funded by people who are probably disadvantaged in the first place and predisposed to having crime, as well as like the mentally ill and so forth, right? That's like a heavy burden to put on the people. So I'm
Right.
saying like, think about the reason that that person is probably beating up or attacking a guard in the first place is because they feel hopeless, they feel victimized and wronged by the system, like a ton of other issues, and they feel mistreated, right? If you address the underlying issues that both like less people in prison in the first place to make it more manageable,
Well,
Yeah.
with COVID, they released 30% of the population.
nonviolent, right?
Pretty much all non-violent.
Yeah, which is I mean
The guys
dude,
who are there at this point pretty much deserve to be there.
I could understand that. I think that obviously there's deeper reforms to make people not predisposed to committing crimes in the first place. I think that's like a structural thing too. What I was gonna say is, if you had better treatment, right? Like healthier food, better wages, stuff like that, then you could penalize somebody that misbehaves on those things, and suddenly they have the incentive to behave, right? Like, why do you work every day? The reason you work every day is to make money so that you can survive and eat and, like, live in this economic system. And the same thing, whereas if they have more of an incentive...
It's not like a thing where you just mess up a little bit and get sent to RHU. Like, you have to do something pretty... So there's Class A offenses, Class B offenses, and Class C offenses in the jail. A B and C is a ticket, like they'll lose like commissary for the week or phone calls for the week. Class A, which are pretty serious offenses, like escape threat or assault on DOC staff or something crazy like that. That's how you go to RHU. It's not like if you come out of your cell 5 minutes later than you're supposed to, you go straight to RHU. Like, it's not like
And
it's not like that at all.
Like, what I was trying to argue for in that, like, last kind of piece was not that those crimes don't deserve, like, those acts don't deserve punishment. More so that, like, you got to ask yourself why these people are doing those things, right? And I don't think that anyone, even convicts, are inherently wrong or evil people in any way, and that they end up there for mainly reasons out of their control that, like, I know they made the decisions, right? But, like, just based on probabilities of the structure of our society, like, those are outcomes, right?
Well, that makes sense at a regular jail or prison, but the one I'm at is the highest level of security. So you have the worst of the worst. They're the people that I'm dealing with. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah,
But
that is fair. And I just mean to say, too, on the latter argument that, like, I think there could be better punishments that don't cause psychological damage and the risk of suicide on individuals in prison. Like, that's my kind of key thought on, I guess, solitary, because it's been shown to have huge risk factors on people and damage and, like, be a form of torture.
I hate the idea. I hate the idea of solitary confinement. Imagine being in it.
I love it.
What do you love about that?
Well, not
what
for
do you
other
love about that?
Not for other people, but I think I would do.
It's
very
not
well.
for other people. It's for one person. You.
Yeah, for me personally, I would love it.
You
I think,
like that?
I think I would do great in solitary confinement.
No bed.
you've been training for years.
No
I've
bed.
been training.
No bed.
No, there's
Wait,
a bed. There's a bed.
there's got to be a bed.
There's a bed.
Not in mine.
Well, I don't want to go to yours.
Not his, not Johnny's prison.
Why don't you?
Can you read that?
Yeah, what? How about...
Joe, I think
read it.
Joe, I think I would do very well in solitary.
I know you would.
Here, I'll
But
read it.
The average person would not.
Yeah.
I agree.
One day ago,
What do you got?
Now, this is the news everyone came to hear.
a father convicted of fatally punching son
Jesus Christ.
over cheesecake.
Was it the last slice?
And what flavor of cheesecake?
And is this actually the future?
The
and
child
this
was
me?
5 years old.
Was it like Cheesecake Factory?
The father was the father was 5 years old. The child was 5 years old. The father did a lot more than punch him.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a misleading headline.
His brother watched it happen.
Jesus.
Those poor kids.
Wait, so was it
He
because
died
he
from
ate
a
it?
ruptured abdomen.
Was it because he ate the cheesecake, or did he like drop it on
He
the
died
floor?
from a body shot?
Ooh,
He beat
pussy.
the
He's a
boy.
5-year-old that took a body shot
Soft.
from an
That
adult
kid's
man.
soft.
He beat his son.
He never
to
had a
death.
chance out there.
No.
That's like
One body shot kills you?
That's like Francis.
That's natural selection.
Francis, the heavyweight champ in the UFC. That's like Francis giving you a body shot.
I would not die.
If
I
Francis,
was in severe pain, but
no,
I would not
honestly,
die.
if
all
you were
right,
unprepared for it, dude.
All right,
Al
Joe.
Houdini died.
If I ate his cheesecake, I would expect nothing less.
Joe, listen, Joe, I have to counter you because I used to train in this shit, and you have to train your body to be able to accept punches and kicks, so your body, your skin gets tighter because you learn, it reacts to the damage, and it basically
muscles, too.
it basically makes a shell, you kind of create a shell on your body so that punches and kicks don't hurt you as bad. So as someone with untrained skin taking a body shot from Francis Ngannou, the man who has the world's hardest punch, he could blow up your kidney or something and kill you.
Dude, a
One
child's kick, a little kid's kick, could rupture your spleen and kill you.
If you're soft.
Maybe.
If you're soft.
What I was gonna say too is Henry Houdini, right? Like,
Oh yeah, he
used
got
to
a
get-
ruptured appendix.
He used to
died of
get
a ruptured
punched by
appendix.
strongmen, but he'd have to prepare for it, and the dude punched him when he wasn't ready, and it burst
Yep.
his appendix.
He was famous, or it went. He was extremely tired that night, but the show must go on.
He was exhausted.
And he
I'm always exhausted. Am I
wasn't
at
ready
risk
for
of
that
death?
punch, like you said.
Damn.
Dude, wait, hold on. This one goes out to Joe here. I understand that child abusers don't tend to do well in prison. Pretty sure child murderers do even worse. This guy is toast.
Confirm or deny?
If he tells the other prisoners that the kid ate his cheesecake, I think they'd understand.
I understand.
I'll be honest. If I'm a prisoner and I hear like, oh, like the new guy like killed his son, like I'm ready to throw hands, and then he's like, no, he ate the last piece of cheesecake. I'm like, all right.
All right.
I would still
This
be
guy gets
walking
passed.
up until he told me the flavor, right? Like, I need to know what kind of
If
cheesecake
it's like
it is.
Oreo cheesecake,
That's
Oh,
dude, like
that's
the cookie dough cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory
the
or
kid
any
deserved
All right.
everything he got.
Not true.
favorite
but the
fruit
joke
topping on a
lives.
cheesecake.
Favorite topping?
Fruit topping.
Fruit topping?
specifically, Yeah.
Strawberry.
Blueberry.
Yes.
So
Good call, Jeff.
I had a feeling strawberry would be an answer.
Cherry?
Underrated
Blueberry.
and underappreciated pineapple.
I've never had that.
Pineapple
but I
chunks?
love pineapple.
My
so I would give it
mother-
a shot.
My mother, my
Yeah.
mother's cooking
Pineapple
and
and
baking.
cheese.
When she does cheesecakes, she puts like pineapple chunks on it. The best thing you'll ever eat in all your years as a human
I
being.
So that's like the
Try
best
this.
fruit for a cheesecake.
Yeah, for me personally, but also for everyone if they gave it a shot. Yes, pineapple.
And you say strawberry, Jeff?
You know, if I sent you
I
a
second the
1,000
strawberry.
Shiba, could you
Yes.
get me a cheesecake?
Yes.
I do.
Absolutely.
The cherry's not bad. I don't like cherries necessarily, but on a cheesecake, it was made for that.
I don't like the cherries in like the syrup. I like a real cherry like with the pit in it. I don't like the ones that are like all like super red and saucy.
Those are the best kind.
I don't like those.
I like the best fruit is chocolate chips. I love that.
Yeah, the coke. Hey, Johnny, you're not wrong. The cocoa plant,
Hell
they
yeah.
come from a bean. It's a seed, so technically it's a fruit.
Thank you. You be backing me up,
Reese's
I got
Johnny
you.
Facts.
Johnny facts.
Fire.
Chocolate chips or
You
fruit.
guys would be surprised. I don't think I'm almost certain vegetables. Like, there's only like a handful of actual vegetables. Every vegetable is a fruit.
Neil
If it-
fact number 5.
If it has this is
What about corn?
This is straight.
What about corn?
Summer-
What about
Yes.
corn?
Corn. I have a very interesting fact for you on corn.
Corn's
me that-
not a vegetable.
Give me that fact.
Corn is
Give
a
me that
fruit.
corn fact.
And
fruit.
all right. So you guys know when you bite into corn, it's like juicy.
The best
It's delicious.
thing I've ever.
Incredible.
So corn, every juicy bite you get is just sperm.
Makes
You're
me like
eating
it even more.
You're eating sperm. Every kernel.
No, it's not. No, it's
yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I
It's
studied-
corn. It's
I-
corn.
I pay
Neil.
like $8,000 a semester to study this shit. It's fucking sperm.
But
John.
Neil, you have to boil it in water.
yeah.
Isn't that just the water being
No,
retained?
the kernels.
If you take the
Listen
corn
to
off
this
the
guy.
plant and bite it, it's not juicy. It'll break
not at
every
all.
tooth in your mouth.
It's plant sperm.
Mixed with
I
water.
mean, you
Every
know that
s-
green stuff that ends
I'll
up
give you
all over
mixed
your
with
car
water.
when like trees are pollinating?
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
tree
believe this
sperm.
guy for 1 sec.
I promise you.
I don't.
Can you fact check a
Fact-
list of
I
actual?
believe
No,
him.
listen,
I
listen.
believe
Fact check
Not
me
the
right
sperm.
now.
I just want to see a list of actual vegetables.
But Neil, if you bite
There's
into
a lot of
a raw piece of
Not-
corn, it's not juicy.
Not.
Yeah, but it's still sperm in there.
I understand.
Yeah.
But when you put it in
you-
water,
can
it
you
absorbs
validate
the
that
water, which
corn
makes it juicy.
Yeah,
is
correct.
fruit.
So
Please.
when you get the
Well,
juice, it's water mixed with the sperm.
I'm
Will
not
you-
saying that it
All
is
I
or
know is
isn't.
Will you
I
at
just
least
want you
give
to
me that?
fact
I'll
check.
agree with you
All
if
right,
you
I'll
give me that.
give you that, but it's
Is right.
definitely semen that you're eating.
Mixed with water.
Cut.
Yeah, sure.
Cut it out, Neil.
Sure.
I can't
Do
argue
you
with that.
still eat corn after
Of
being
course.
aware of that fact?
That's why I always order extra.
Yeah, but it's not like it's like corn is a human. It's corn is a corn. So give me all the corn.
And by the way,
Johnny fact.
Johnny fact.
another fact.
Corn
to
is
put
not
on-
a human.
So it doesn't matter what part we're eating.
How do you
Another
know
thing,
corn
top of
isn't
the
a
corn-
human though? How do you know?
It's a good question.
No,
How do you know that it is?
but Chris, I got another thing.
I'm
to
not saying
put
I
on there
know
for
it
you.
is, but I'm not sure I could say that it's definitely not.
Corn's a corn.
I got another fact to put on top of that. Every single fruit/vegetable you eat is just plant ovaries. So enjoy your ovaries.
Hey,
boys.
listen, buddy. While corn, whole corn, like you eat on the cob, is considered a vegetable. This is just Google facts.
And not semen.
Google facts.
Can you
Let's
cast
try
it up?
Bing.
Ask Jeeves. Is that still a thing?
The corn.
No way.
Actually, the corn kernel itself is considered a grain.
A grain.
Not
so
a
that's,
fruit.
we're getting really far from the fruit now.
Is that 1 for
sperm.
5, Neil?
No, I'm like 3 for 5 tonight.
They check that fact.
All right, 3 for 6. 3 for 6.
2 for 6 now.
I got hot at one point.
All right, guys. It's time for karaoke.
Thank God. What are we
Who
singing?
wants to pick the song?
I
Something
suggest.
actually in our range.
I suggest.
That's not much.
What's that song by Jesse McCartney? I don't want another pretty.
I like that song.
Yeah.
Do you guys? We all know
Beautiful
that
Soul?
song.
Is that
We
the
know
name of
that
it?
song.
Beautiful Soul?
Beautiful Soul. Yeah.
We know that
Jeff?
song.
Beautiful Soul?
Chris, you know it?
I do not.
Chris.
You'll
we
know.
are.
No, you will know. It's one of those radio hits. You know.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want to spoil it before we do
Yeah,
it.
no. I'm putting it on. Hold on.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm me.
Good,
Oh,
Jeff.
that one
Yes,
might be
Jeff.
better.
Can you join on the mic?
Which one do you want? Beautiful Soul or?
Which one do
Can
you,
you
want?
can you get a lyric version so
Oh yeah,
I can
absolutely.
read it?
Which one do you want, John? That's what really
I
matters.
was excited for Beautiful Soul.
I'm
I
into
gotta-
it.
you
I'm
gotta
Beautiful Soul,
bet.
beautiful.
I'm
Okay.
into.
Get a lyric version and put it on the TV so Chris can help us.
No doubt. Everyone ready? It's been a great podcast, guys. I'm happy.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you for having me.
So
Excellent
happy
show.
you guys.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
I liked our debate too.
Yeah.
This goes out to all my guys in solitary confinement.
RCU.
RHU.
RHU.
I don't want another
Pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you in your beautiful soul. There you go, Chris. Get into it. I know that you are something special. To you, I'd be always faithful. I want to be what you always needed, and I hope you'll see the heart in me. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you in your beautiful soul.
Don't change. You know what I want to hold. I don't want to let a minute go to waste. I want you in your beautiful soul.
Let's get it, Chris.
Your beautiful soul. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love. Moving forward, I'll use your body.
Never make you cry. Come
on, it's me.
What a show.
Good job, guys.
What a fucking